back, everybody, to the Irish Furian. I am the Irish Furian. Okay, in this video, it's going to be a short one. I'm just going to draw attention to some patterns, some frequencies and quantity, and we shall do that right now. You make up your own mind as always. Okay. So if you do a Google search, coronavirus microscope, what you will see is all of these, I hope I have the right thing, I hope I do anyway. Let me see, I do, okay. So you end up with all of these images, microscopic images of the coronavirus. Now, I still have to figure out how to make my cursor visible on the screen. It's just one of those little things I haven't done yet, but so I'll talk you through the images. What I see here is, and this is just my perception, okay, and you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion about their own perceptions. So far anyway, we'll soon be in a cashless society if this keeps up, and opinions may be transferable via cash. What I want to show you here is, okay, so I worked, I don't know, like maybe I've alluded to it in other videos in the past, but for the first part of my life, my whole existence was around the visual. Okay, I was an artist, sculptor and a painter, and so form, line, color, shade, light and dark, negative space, positive space, all of these things were my forte. They were how my brain was wired for 20 years. Okay, so but what I want to draw your attention to is, what I want to draw attention to is the frequency with which the particular images that I find unusual, to say the least, are spread out across these a Google search like this. So yeah, I also worked with 3D software. And for anybody who doesn't know what that is, 3D software is kind of like a software. It's where all those kind of like movies like the Hulk in the Avengers or Superman, Spider-Man. It's not just kind of fantastical type of movies. They use them in the most mundane places as well. But it's where you can create a 3D object in a virtual world, and you can actually, compositing is when you set it into like real video or an image, and that's compositing. But in 3D software, you can create most anything. You can create anything. And a lot of these virus images have obviously, to me, been created in 3D software and touched up maybe with other programs like Photoshop and other little details as well. I mean, they're very artistic. But this is the point I want to draw to this, is look how artistic the representations of the coronavirus are. Like for a virus, you know, you would think, like for a virus, you would think to be 1 or 2 images. Maybe that's too little, but okay, so we'll say 5 or 10 images of the coronavirus, okay? That's not what we're seeing here. What we're seeing here is, good Lord, I mean, it's like a narcissistic model or actress that has had a lifespan of modeling, in that the amount of images taken of her is just incredible. And so what we have is some images are quite very, to me, very much 3D. Like the light falls on an image, on these things, and it models its shape, you know. The colors are incredible, and I do know, like, I remember hearing before in the past that they can color microscopic images and all the rest of it, just for effect. But even doing that, why go to all of that effort in so many images to color them? And I understand that there is maybe to impress upon people how dangerous this thing is, but even that doesn't add up, because there are so many. Like, I'll show you here now. Like, look, the obvious ones that stand out as 3D to me would be, in that top row there, would be the very far right one on the right there, with the grey ball and the red bits around it. Also, what would stand out to me as a 3D image would be the middle one on the second row with the black background, and it's almost like a negative. That one as well. So those little yellow kind of almost like corpuscles, like the second row on the very right with the yellow beads. That also looks very kind of like textured an image to me. But and okay, we'll go down 3 rows here, and second from the left, that's the same again, and very much so. Look at the third one. The third one from the left on the third row down. That looks like they're all like little 3D objects. You know, they are not photographs of a real virus. So now your eye is attuned to what is not a photograph. Maybe it's an artistic representation. Okay, we'll take that as the standard. Okay, that's the standard. We now know something to me that would look like a virus would be, in these images, would be second row down, and it would be third, fourth, fifth from the left. Okay, that could look like a virus, and the one next to it to the right of it. But they can also easily be done with drawing programs and just being artistic, you know. Look at the coloration of the third one down and the fourth from the left. The pinks and the greens. It's incredible. You know, the color work that has gone into these is just unbelievable. And that's what I'm trying to draw your attention to, is why has so much work gone into these? So, okay, we'll stick with the 3D images for now, right? And I'll go to my interaction one here so I can drag it down. So we'll go down a few more. Right, I'll put that the next, yeah. So now we're looking at what is now the top row and the third from the left. It looks like, you know, The Clangers was a TV show on BBC when I was a kid, and these mice lived on the moon, and there was all these kind of like, you know, kind of papier-mâché type little things, you know. That's what that looks like to me. And again, what looks 3D to me is third down, first from the left. That looks like a 3D image, and it looks like it's been semi-transparent, made semi-transparent, and kind of given a kind of a dual tone, you know, like 1 or 2 color tones in it, with a bright, obviously with a bright red background and stuff. Again, middle one, fourth from the left, third row down, again, looks to me like 3D images, duplicated and varied and stuff a little bit. Jeez, and look, even again, like third down on the very last from the left, actually on the very right, that looks incredible. Like, this is art. This is absolute art. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, that creaking is my monitor creaking on its stand. I need to fix that. Fourth down, third from the left. That just looks like an object created in a 3D piece of software, you know. Now, what does look realish to me, but could be done, is fourth down on the very right. It's got that X-ray effect. Maybe that's what's keeping my eye, kind of fooling my eye more so. So we'll keep going down. Again, we'll put the next row that became visible as the top row there. Now, the novel, 2019 novel, it's novel. It's a novel coronavirus. And that is dual toned. I recognize dual tone when I see it. Blue in the shadows and yellow to highlight the edges. 3D object again, fourth from the left. um, beautiful 3D objects. I've seen stuff like that in Cinema 4D, which is the package that I would have used. Um, good Lord, like it's non-stop, you know? So that's all I wanted to draw your attention. I could keep going down to these, but I recommend you do it yourself. Look, just keep going. Who's putting all this work into coloring these things and creating these 3D objects? And they are 3D objects, you know? They are not the virus. Like look at this. Okay, we'll just set it up there. Look at that now. Look. Okay, so I don't know how far they've got with understanding this thing, its forms and its mutations and all the rest. But take the top row there, fourth from the left. Look at the length of its tendrils. Like, it's beautiful. I've seen stuff done like that. Like, you see stuff like that in the Avengers with the creatures coming from the other dimensions and all that. I mean, that's 3D art, you know? Again, second row down, third from the left, a different version of it again. And look at all the light. Look at it, like you can't take pictures with light like that at microscopic levels, you know? Like, you can't model with light coming from one side and then coloration and form and all that, shadow and light on such a microscopic level. Now, again, it could be intentionally an artistic rendition. Now, but my point again stands. Why so many artistic renditions and so well done, so finely done and so detailed and made into works of art? That's what I'm trying to draw your attention to, you know? Like, and then again, it's not hard then to break an image down and give it noise and give it like these images here now will say like the right. Okay, from there, third from the left, the top one. Again, it would be hard to do that. I mean, that's just giving it texture, you know? Professional artists do this stuff all the time. Like, you can just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. Like, what's the investment? You know when you're talking to somebody and they're trying to impress a point upon you. There's a very real 3D object one there. Look, the very lower row and the very far left one there. Look at the light and everything, and the modeling of the shadows and stuff like that. That's a 3D object. But you know, when someone's arguing with you, and to make the point, they say something, and then further on they say it again, or they say it twice, once after the other straight away, or they say something in a different way, but the same thing. And what they're trying to do is impress how important the message is. They're trying to impress how important the intent of the sentence is. You know, it's the repetition, the frequency. A frequency of similar and same words used to make sure the point is rammed home. Okay, so that's it for me, and hope that was of interest to you. Take care. Nice.